On today's episode of Mama's Boys, episode what?
Once.
Which means what?
11.
11.
Little 11.
Is that the name from Stranger Things? The girl? 11?
Yeah, 11.
Never watched it, but
Yeah.
anyways.
And today, when we're recording, is January 11.
Are we going to make history right here? We didn't really do that much, but are we going to have the first tangent in the intro?
I'm about that.
Oh, I shatter it. Tangent. Anyways, back to fucking podcast. Back here, episode 11. Happy New Year. I think we might talk. We don't have any plans for this episode. We're just bullshitting. But something we could talk about is New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about life in general. Trivia tonight.
Trivia?
Shout out Green Creations.
Oh, I thought you meant like Daily
Yeah,
Dozen.
no, I'll ask you some trivia questions. Only one that's worth the fuck. But yeah, nothing episode, which is a whole lot of bullshit.
Nah, we might dive deeper than usual.
Emphasis on the deep.
Deeper than usual.
Deeper than usual. Shout out the Grand Canyon. But
Shout out.
we appreciate you listening, and I'm gonna do this for the first time. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Next to the subscribe button is a little bell. Click that, and you won't have to check my Instagram posts. The second the video is posted, you'll get a notification that your new favorite show is on the interwebs.
Yep. And if you subscribe and comment a Q&A, you will be entered into our monthly sweepstakes. By the time you hear this, might be February, might be January.
It'll be January, hopefully.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. If it is in January, you're in the sweepstakes for the Livy Dunn poster.
Mm-hmm.
If it is February, you'll be in the running for a $25 Grain Creations gift card.
Which we probably should have talked about with Scott tonight, but...
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll get it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And without further Freddy ado, episode 11.
Once. Cue the intro music. What's the name of the song?
Too much?
Too much.
Too much.
So we counted all it up. Yeah, hold up.
Do you know who Freddie Adu is?
Freddie Adu. It sounds familiar.
He's he was like the American wonder kid in soccer.
Soccer. Yeah. It rang a bell in soccer.
Speaking of soccer, you ever watch that the David Beckham kind of like documentary series on Netflix?
No, what's it called? Is it Bend It Like Beckham?
I think it's just called Beckham.
Beckham?
Beckham.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it.
I mean, I knew the story going in. I'm a big soccer guy only because of FIFA, the video game. Shout out being top 100 in the world.
Yeah.
FIFA 14.
In everything, in every video game.
I mean, that Call of Duty, watching porn.
Is that a video game?
It is for me.
We'll get into that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
All right. I'm so excited for this episode. But anyways, the David Beckham series, it goes into like his whole story. I think it'd be, if you haven't watched it, check it out. It goes into a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, like his fame and dating the girl.
Posh Spice?
From the Spice Girls. Yeah, I was trying to think of the name, but it's.
I think her name is Victoria Beckham.
Yeah. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. I was going to say pause and go watch it, but fuck it. Don't stop watching.
Don't stop till you get it. No.
He's pretty much like he was so young, his early 20s. They were in like the World Cup, not the final, but like usually in the group stages or elimination stage.
This is America?
No, David Beckham.
Oh, he played for England?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, it might have been semifinals, quarterfinals. Anyways, if they lose, they're out. If they win, they go on. And like, I can't remember what minute it was, but he pretty much got like a stupid red card and got kicked out of the game. Like one guy was like being rough with him.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes later, that guy got the ball and he just slid tackle him from behind, and he got a red card, kicked out of the game, and they lost. So everyone in the whole country of England hated David Beckham.
Damn.
Like, was getting like terrorized, and like so he played for England, but going back to like his club Manchester United, every single away game, and sometimes even at the home games at Manchester, every time they do like the announcements before, and here comes David back like the start of the game, he would get booed. And even during the game, every time he touched the ball, the whole crowd would just boo him.
Dude, soccer crowds are raucous. Raucous AF, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, they're raucous. They don't give a single fuck.
And I know like football fans are passionate, but you can't beat the passion of fucking
Dude.
soccer fans.
No, like World Cup. So the World Cup's coming to America soon, right? 2026, maybe.
I think 6, yeah.
I would like to go.
We
Would like
would
to
like
go.
to go.
Dude, that would be. I don't care how far we are, just to be there.
Right. And obviously,
Imagine like America versus fucking Germany.
you know what I want to do with my hand right now, but fuck.
I don't know, man. We're in weird times. We're in weird times. Nobody really knows like what the fuck's going on. Like we're just I don't know.
Speaking of that, 2 things. First thing, a small thing. First, shout out Green Creations. We drank their beer tonight. We'll get to our experience tonight.
Yep.
But we mentioned on the podcast beatboxes and the hard tea beatboxes, which Reese is drinking. This motherfucker
That motherfucker right there.
is not real.
It's not
unless you
real.
start drinking it, because you will not believe me. Green apple beatboxes.
Damn, they do that.
Might make you burp. It's worth it though. If you like green apple Jolly Ranchers,
Yeah.
or anything green apple flavored, this, not condoning this, and we don't know what we're talking about, blah blah blah.
We're not condoning.
If you give this to a kid,
Ah.
they will think it's
condone.
like green apple
Yeah,
juice.
yeah. But don't do it.
It does not taste like alcohol at all. Second, you got what?
No, go for it.
Second thing, how was I bringing it back to this? Oh, because you're talking about like, how do we know like if stuff's real or not?
Yeah.
Shout out Theo Vaughn, who's my idol, who I want to be with this podcast. But
Shine your light on me.
gang, gang. His most recent episode, as the time I'm recording this, is with him and Tony Robbins. Who Tony Robbins? Before I watched this, I thought he was just like one of those like self-help like gurus. That dude just like feeds you bullshit.
I want to be completely honest. I never heard of this cat,
So
but he's large, 6'7" large.
because he was 5'11" for most of his life, and he
Had a tumor. Dude, that's
6'7".
crazy.
Anyway, he actually wrote one of the best-selling like financial books
Yeah.
of like the early 2000s. I'll put a picture of it right here. But I only knew him as like that, and like not a sleazy guy, but like someone that like wants to make money off of trying to help people.
Right.
But watch the episode with him and Theo, and I'm the type of guy that like I don't really believe about what you're saying, where it's saying like working out lives or life. If you're just like speaking out your ass, but if you can give me like not only like examples to back you up what the fuck you're talking about, but like scientific data,
Yeah.
it's hard to refute that.
You can't refute it.
But he's just like,
At the same time, though, different things work for different people.
no, and he talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, but you can continue what you're saying. I know where you're going.
Well, I was just leading up with that, but in the part of that podcast, he talked about for a split second about how like 1,000 years ago, if you would have told someone that, hey, many years from now, say like 1,000, the year 1,000, could be any time. You can go back in time, tell that person like, hey, one day, you're not going to be alive forever, but one day a person will be able to have a handheld thing they can hold in their hand and can see what's happening everywhere
in the world
because of stuff in the space and sky
Yeah.
that relays information.
No,
That stuff's just like crazy for me.
it
to think
is.
about.
Another thing he said that stuck out to me was how like society goes through seasons and how every 80 years you have like a so I guess he described it as like the 1900s. You go through a spring after World War One, I suppose. 1920. Well, no, it was like 1890, 1880. You were born. So for those 20 years, you experience a spring, right, which is like growth.
New life.
Then you get to World War One, and you start a summer, and from the summer of 1917, 1918 to 1930,
Great
a
Depression.
Great Depression. It's the summer, and then
You come out of that.
you come out of
30s.
that. Yeah. So I don't
And then
remember
just-
exactly what he said, but the way he explained it, and
It's just
you
the
should
ebbs
go
and
listen,
flows
go listen
of-
to it. The ebbs and flows of society. How every 80 years or so is a cycle. You would say there's an 80-year cycle. So if you think about it, 2020 to 2030, 2040, you know, the way it falls out is we're in necessarily a winter, you would call it, which is essentially considered harsh.
The down
Not
slope.
yeah, but after winter is spring, so tough it out. We'll see what happens. I mean, I knew 2024 was going to be a shit show simply because of the election.
Mm-hmm.
Because every election year in the past lifetime, my lifetime, has been pretty somewhat, I wouldn't say controversial, but there's things going on.
Did I take my Ritalin?
I didn't see it.
Okay, just making sure I haven't already.
I mean, you may have, but I didn't watch you.
No, it's been in my pocket. So
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, it's weird times. There's a lot of things happening that we don't know about, and a lot of things that we think we know about that may not necessarily be happening. If that makes sense.
It does. So going off of like you thinking 2024 will be a hard time. One, I mean, explain why you think that is, election, all that type of stuff. But what is your, not New Year's resolution, but like, what are you going to do to make it not a...
So to segue into that, where I was kind of going was, regardless of what's going on in the world or as a country in 2024, a lot of it's out of our control. So the really the only thing you can do day to day and focus on is what's in your control, right? And that's your daily routine or your personal goals or whatever you feel personally, which is where we're going to probably dive introspectively into what you want as an individual. But if you get caught up and guilty as charged here, could get caught up in what's going on and what people say is happening and all these things, you can get, I guess, diverted from what your personal goals are and what you can do as a person.
Yeah, 100%.
Which noticing that's one thing.
It's hard to notice that in the moment.
Being able to realize that, hey, look, I just probably need to focus on myself and
Yeah,
get
you might be in
myself
a
right
funk
at
or
the same
something,
time.
I'm gonna...
But yeah, back to where we cut. As far as New Year's resolution go, I would say, obviously we talked about this on the last episode. I was drinking O'Doul's. One to get back in the gym, get back in shape.
What you been doing? 2 days so far?
2 days in a row. We decided Thursdays, which is today, will be our off days.
Yeah, I got
Just
trivia.
trivia podcasts. It's a day to cut loose, a day to have fun.
And also, like I said, that might have been last episode, I'm only drinking 1 day a week, and Thursdays is my.
So after further thought, I would probably. I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
Uh,
Unless
as
like
much
I have
as
like
I-
a like your wedding or something like.
no, yeah, events, fine. But from what, and not necessarily you, because I feel like there were times we'd hang out during the week and football going on. You wouldn't necessarily drink. And,
No, yeah.
But I would almost find an excuse to drink. You know, whenever, if there was a reason to crack a top, I would
doing it.
take it.
And I will say, I did have a moment where like I stopped myself because Carly, shout out Carly, will she be in the show?
Yes.
Yes, she will be. She left our purse at like Casa Maria, and we're going to pick it up the next day. And she's like, "Well, let's just go there, like, eat some chips and salsa and grab a margarita." I was like, "I would love to do that, but I want to stick to my getting better and not."
Yeah. So I mean, it's January 11th. I think this might be good. This might be shit. Out of the 11 days in January, I think I've only drank 3 days.
Which might not sound like a lot, but for our track record,
Right. No.
That's-
So out of the 11 days, I've drank 3. So we're talking about 66+% days not drinking, which might not be a lot to whoever's listening.
right? But
But from where
you were before.
exactly, I would. You got Thursday night football. You got Friday night San Diego game. You got Saturday LSU game. You got Sunday football. You got Monday night football. That's 5 out of 7 days
Yeah.
a week.
And it's like the perfect time of year to start something because there's not much going on. I mean,
Just-
there's Mardi Gras coming up, but I don't really go out Mardi Gras parades. But like,
No, but that's that's only a week. So say you do go to Mardi Gras and you drink.
it's
not,
only like a weekend at
exact-
most. Yeah.
Yeah. Really getting back in the gym, getting moving, and cutting back. Cutting back on. I'm not. I mean, I can't. Honestly, from coming from drinking 5 days a week, I can't promise myself that I'm just not. I could say that I'm not gonna drink.
Yeah, but it's almost.
but
I know what you're going with. It's you 100% could quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
But as far as like keeping that going, like sustainable,
Right.
it's not. If that's not sustainable.
No, just like we're talking about last night, getting into the gym, not going in there the first couple of times, and just going so hard that you feel
want to like death.
exactly. You get in there, you move around, you
Get a
feel good,
pump in there.
and you live to fight another day.
Right.
Is the way I like to explain it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so get in the gym, cutting back alcohol. As far as New Year's resolutions, getting married in February, which is sneaking up.
Fuck yeah.
A month and
It's coming up fast.
5 weeks, literally 5 weeks from now. So I want to make sure that my first year of marriage is smooth. Not that it won't be. I feel like I got lucky. She's
Yeah.
a great,
Amazing. Yeah.
great
I'm gonna
woman.
cut that up part out because I said something nice about Emily. But
Oh yeah, Trey can't do
you
that.
are amazing. You're a really good person.
Uh,
I'm not gonna cry.
one thing, another thing, last thing, I guess would be, and I guess since we're diving deeper into whatever, maybe furthering myself on like a spiritual, in a spiritual aspect, spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Was raised till I was about 11, 12, Catholic.
Yep.
And then my mom got married when I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdad was Christian,
Stepdad.
not
Non-denominational.
non-denominational, denominational. I can't speak.
Shout out Ray.
She got married. We went to his church, whatever. So, been pulled a couple different ways. Not necessarily identify as a specific religion. An issue that I've had with religion.
Yeah, I feel like
Recently-
most people, young people our age, go through.
Yeah. Totally normal. But at one point in my life, which was maybe, I'm not gonna put a time frame on it, but not super recently, but
Yeah.
in my 20s, I'll say.
Not childhood. Yeah.
Thinking, there's so many religions across the world, right? Whether it be Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. There's so much out there.
Which, for the most part, is solely dependent on where you're born.
Right.
Like, you're born in Israel, you're obviously a Jew. I mean, I think, but say you're born in China, and you're raised to be Buddhist. You really never have much of a choice from when you're basically taught. You're taught what you're taught. You learn how to walk. You learn how to read. You learn social cues. You learn these things from the people that are in your community, and you're taught Buddhism because everybody around you is Buddhist.
Yeah.
And which is the case here in South Louisiana. A lot of people are Catholic. A lot of people are Baptist. So, a lot of Christians in South Louisiana. But at one point in my early 20s, thinking like, there's so many religions. Like, who's to say
who's right?
Exactly. Who's to say one's right? Who's to say you can't say one's right, and you can't say anything to anybody about what they believe. Essentially, is the main story. But when you look at the big picture, yes, there's Buddhism, yes, there's Hinduism, yes, there's Judaism, yes, there's Christianity, but at the same time, all of these different religions around the world all believe in something
Some type
larger.
of higher power. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can't say they're wrong for what they believe, but you also got to look at the fact that, like, how you start thinking about it, like, these people literally across the globe, China, that we've never encountered, never met, believe in something bigger than them. We believe, I say we loosely.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We believe in something bigger than us, based on religions / information that's passed through over time.
It's almost like there's like a middle ground, like far opposite ends. Catholicism, Hinduism, they both have their truths, and think about it objectively, they both have their vices or things they're wrong about.
Yeah,
but they definitely somewhere in like in a Venn diagram
have
there's
things in common. Oh,
right?
yeah. So, moral of the story is, I have recently, I guess because of my upbringing, wanted to maybe further my spirituality as far as, not read the Bible. Not necessarily, like, I don't know. There's people who read the Bible and throw it in other people's faces and push it upon other people.
I know. Yeah.
But just read it for inspiration. I mean, it's a holy text for a reason. It's not like, you know what I mean?
And it's
I can't tell anybody else that, like, this is right, this is wrong.
No, but use it as like a not data, but like I was growing up to be Catholic school, Catholic high school, but it's like a what am I trying to say here? You want to read the Bible not to like throw in people's faces, but like to have information, almost
just
knowledge. Yeah.
You want to and I've looked into Hinduism, I've looked into Buddhism, not necessarily to convert to Hinduism or Buddhism, just to know more about what it is that they believe, you know what I mean? And I don't think it's a bad thing to have knowledge about various things. I do tend to believe that there is a God or higher power. And I know a lot of people don't, because a lot of people have been put into shitty situations where it comes to a time where you're questioning,
like, if there's no way God can be real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I can't tell people that the situations they've been in.
No, because I mean everyone has their own truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a goal for me, as far as New Year's resolution goes, is to dive a little further into that.
Yeah.
Do some reading and develop a better understanding, I guess I could say.
You're trying to find your own truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my truth and your truth and whoever's watching this truth is
Right.
could be completely different. Everybody's journey is different. Which, I mean, can tie you into, introspection and learning more about yourself and wanting to change things
Better
and
yourself,
do
yeah.
other things. Yeah.
I guess going to like bettering yourself. I've thrown out a couple times just nonchalantly, and people watching this probably know me or know Reese or whatever. I'm definitely not a serious person.
Right.
I make jokes about how like I can say something and no one will believe what I say because I make jokes about everything.
Right.
That's just kind of who I am. Just like I like to make jokes. I like to be that
Lighten the situation.
like it can be the darkest situation, and I stop myself sometimes.
Yeah.
But most of the time, not most of the time. I stop myself most of the time. But sometimes in the right situation, if I'm like close to everybody that can hear me in ears distance, I'll say some off-color shit that like, dude, Trey, shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, and which can be, I don't know where I'm really going with this, but so you are lightening the situation if it is a heavy situation where not a lot of people would say those things.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people would be uncomfortable saying those things in that situation.
Right.
And you're not. Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not. I think, going deep in this episode, I think the reason I do that sometimes is, shout out stoicism. Shout out the bad side stoicism. Sometimes I don't want to feel in this situation, especially if it's like a sad situation.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's a coping mechanism.
It's definitely a coping mechanism.
To make a joke about something serious to where you
exactly.
don't. Yeah.
Because I've been through some trauma in my life that I don't want to experience those feelings again.
Yeah.
So if I feel myself starting to feel like those deep, sad feelings, to not feel those, I make a joke to go out of it.
Yeah. Which is honestly probably the place a lot of comedians come from.
Exactly.
I don't know any comedians that have lived
if you're
a life without a lot of trauma.
If you're a famous comedian, you definitely haven't lived a perfect life.
Yeah.
You have some
like
kind of
Joey Diaz, Theo, I mean
Bobby Lee, all those guys. Going back to resolutions, I guess. Shout out Beatbox.
Beatbox getting to you.
Back to what I was saying. I made jokes in this podcast. I think specifically, maybe episode 8, Santa's Boys.
Santa's Boys.
Where it might have been that one. We're talking about like my not coloring my nails anymore.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it was because I did that, and I was like, no, I might be like depressed.
Yeah.
Make a joke out of it. Past year and a half maybe. Honestly, haven't felt like myself. I guess it's not that I haven't felt like myself. I felt like I haven't been bettering myself, and this might sound stupid, douchey to say, but it goes back to me stopping working out. Shout out last episode when I put up douchebag pictures of myself. In those moments, I might have not been, how do I put this? In a perfect world, I wish I could feel in those moments. I wish I could feel in a perfect world. I wish I could feel how much I had pride in myself and was bettering myself on one side. fuck, I'm going all over the place. So one side, when I was looking good, felt good about myself. Outside of feeling good with myself, my life was not great. Didn't
Right.
girlfriend, ex-girlfriend at the time, whatever. Friends, didn't have any at the time. Family, wasn't really close to them. Every aspect outside of me feeling good about myself and bettering myself, I felt like shit. But now I'm in a position where every other aspect besides bettering myself, like my love life. Shout out Carly.
Shout out.
You, best friend, Nia and Reese. Sada, Skylar, JD, whoever, Quinn. If I left your name out, I'm sorry. But I appreciate you. I have so many other, like, my life is just better in all other aspects.
Yeah.
But I had a cliche coming to Jesus moment, epiphany,
if you will.
a conversation that needed to be had today with my parents. Essentially, I've been working from home as a job, but I haven't been doing as much as I could be doing. So say I wake up at 9, Carly gets home at 5. From 9 to 5, I might do like 2 hours of work. But all the other aspects, it goes back to not bettering myself. I'm just in like this never-ending cycle of just, I wouldn't say depression, but like a funk.
Yeah.
Of where I use other outlets to not focus on the real problem, whether it be watching YouTube or watching movies or TV or whatever. And had a coming to Jesus moment today. Sat down with my parents and with my mom. She's emotional a lot of times, cries a lot. But it was me, my mom, and my dad.
Shout out Greg.
Shout out Greg. Shout out Nice for What, Drake, Big Frida. Doesn't cry a lot, him. But teared up today, just talking about how they can see how I'm not living up to my potential, but just not who I am.
Right. You're capable of...
I'm capable of so much more than what I'm doing right now. I got this. My parents did say, my mom said, last time we went out to Hot Tin, New Orleans.
Yeah.
She didn't say who. I don't know who those people are, but I appreciate those people. Those people went out to my mom and was like, hey, is like Trey okay? Like, pretty much asking, like, what does he do all day while Carly's at work? Because I feel like he's at home a bunch, and if he's not working 24/7, then he just has like all this other free time where he's not bettering himself or bettering the home, picking up the place or all that type of stuff. Also, in that moment when mom was telling me that, I almost, at the split second mom told me that, I got angry at those people because I was like F you, like,
who are you
to say what I'm doing? But then a split second later, came back to reality, and I appreciate those people asking.
It's a tough question that nobody wants to ask.
Yeah, because I feel like those people, for them to ask that, they
have to care about you.
They care about me, and they must see something in me that has changed.
Yeah,
I guess. It just meant a lot to me in that moment. One, that I, in that moment, realized that I actually have people that care about me.
Yeah.
Besides my parents, which is something I haven't really experienced that much in life. And so, moving forward, parents are asking me, like, what do I want to do with my life? And I told you today, but quick story. try to go back to LSU full online. Couldn't get in because they fucked up my transcripts or whatever. But they just want me to do something with my life, whether it be accounting or whatever else. Because past like year and a half, I've been going in and out of like, I need to work for my mom, go back to school, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And deep down, I know I didn't want that.
Right.
But I felt like if I didn't do that, I'd be disappointing my mom and my parents.
Yeah.
Because they support me in so many ways I can't describe. But just hearing them say that really meant a lot. So what I'm trying to get to is I appreciate you. I appreciate all my friends that do genuinely care about me. And I guess my New Year's resolution is almost a promise to everyone in my life, but more really to myself, that I will, cliche, I feel like I see the light.
Yeah.
And I am actively focusing on changes I can make to not only better my life, but if I do better my life, I'll better everyone else's life
around
me. Yeah.
It's a nudge to take the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
And so obviously, building off what you said, within the past year and a half, 2 years, you came around, started dating Carly.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact a lot of my friends that you didn't know before have met you, do love you, do care about you. I for sure do. I mean, we're bros, dude. I mean, we're literally together 4 days a week.
Yep.
And to see you have that epiphany or whatever. Not that I thought you weren't doing well for yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's always good to see somebody you care about
bettering themselves.
Well, not necessarily even bettering yourself. I don't think. Do I think everybody can better themselves? Yes. Is there things I can do to better myself? Yes. Is there things you can do? Is there things Emily and Carly can do to better themselves? Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
But to be introspective and to see it for yourself and notice it is big.
Yeah.
And maybe the conversation you have with your parents, nudge that, and that's a great thing. I don't think, I'm a big proponent of, like, the past is the past, bro. You can't fucking change that. There's no reason to fucking harp on anything that's already happened.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing you can do to change anything, any decision that you've made, anything that you've done. There's literally nothing you can do.
No.
And forward's the only way, in my opinion.
I do say I wanted to made a statement on last episode 10.
Yeah.
We're talking about our fitness journey and screenshot this. Look like
yeah.
That also, but I know people watching this. I don't know why I keep saying this, but you either know me
You
or
do.
Reese.
People who are watching this, they either know you or they know me. And if they don't, then shout the fuck out.
Shout the fuck out you. People that know me, I guess, make a promise to myself and the viewers. Backstory, I have zero money.
For now.
Debts out the wazoo, whether it be student loans, credit cards, whatever. Making a promise to myself and the viewers. This time next year, I will be 100%. I'm going to go Tim Tebow moment here.
Yeah.
no one will try harder to better themselves and make a better life for themselves and the people around them than me.
But I promise you one thing, a lot of good will come out of this. You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season, and you never see someone push the rest of the team as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season, and you never see a team play harder than we will the rest of this season. God bless.
Yeah, no, I respect that.
Yeah.
And I will say this: you can cut this if you want, and I need to heed this also. This is coming from me, but to me and to you. The gambling apps ain't the move, bro. They not the move. It feels like a way.
It's not the way.
It's not the way.
It's not the man lording. This is the way. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, bro. Like, it sounds so like I've been thinking about it, and it's not just recently. Like, I've thought about it since they were a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I've kind of been okay managing myself as far as like I'm not fucking doing too much as far as, but it's enticing, bro. It's enticing. 5 to win $3,000.
It's just
5 to win $3,000 is enticing, but do you ever win? Do you ever hit 5 to win $3,000?
0 times.
And then you bet 30 bets 5 to win $3,000, and you look at $150, dude. And it's just not. It's not a way to make money.
No, I will
which is a way a lot of people view it. A lot of the world views it as a way to make money, and it's just not. That's not the case.
I don't know if I'm enabling us right now,
Okay.
but I want to make a pact with myself and you.
All right.
As far as sports betting goes, I agree with you. Fuck sports betting.
Yeah.
If I do, though, this goes into enabling,
Well,
whatever.
say what you gotta say, and we'll talk about it.
I will not bet more than $10 for a bet. And even in that bet, it's not a $10 to win. It's not a big parlay, like a same parlay to win a 500. It's just money line or spread.
Yeah, or
That's it.
double your money,
Right. Like $10 to win
20.
20.
But and with that being said, that's obviously a smarter bet, right?
Right.
The odds of that happening are way higher than hitting a parlay.
And that's the thing. Like you think like, oh, so I have say $10 in my FanDuel Bet365 MGM account, whatever. You have the $10. You can bet $10 on whatever LSU minus 4.5. $10 to
Probably
win
minus
$8.
105 plus 110, something like that.
$10 win $8. Cash out 18. You see that? You're like, or I could just do $10 with like in your mind a guarantee same game parlay $10 win 100.
Yeah.
In reality, that parlay is going to hit 1 out of 100 times.
Yeah. Or third option, you can just keep your $10.
That's what I'm saying. Don't enable.
Like, $10 is $10.
Right.
But if you're going, and this is not necessarily to me and you.
Once you get to in a healthy relationship with sports betting.
Yeah. So what I have personally done, because I have close friends that are like balls deep. I got a bookie friend. You know what I mean?
You know who you are. I don't think he
Shout out.
listens to this.
He. I don't know. Shout out, Bleep.
You know who the fuck you are? You don't listen to this, and you do.
Yeah, he might.
You should.
He should.
Not you do. You should.
He's not. He's too cool for us, bro.
I will see you when we play golf for Reese's wedding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up to you. I'm not gonna kiss you on the lips like I usually do. Look in your fucking dead in your eyes and say, "Listen to this fucking podcast, or you're not my friend."
Episode 11.
11.
But that I have I'm not gonna call anybody out, but I have close friends that are balls deep in this shit, and who I have jokingly sent the fucking gambling hotline number to. Like, hey, bro, you should, like,
check this out.
but like really legit could probably call it. You know what I mean? Not that they're losing their ass, because a lot of people who are super addicted to gambling do win.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in tune with the right guys, and and you make money, but then you lose money, and you make money and you lose money. You look at your overall.
Winning
You're not making money, bro.
You're barely breaking even.
If you're hitting bets, even if you're hitting bets, you're still not making money.
Mm-mm.
And I see that as an outsider, and I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't bet because I do, but I will say say I'm on DraftKings, right? I'll deposit $30, and I'll take that $30, whether it be per paycheck or per month. And if I can turn that $30 into fucking 250, beautiful. If I lose that $30, guess what? That's the $30 I had. That's the $30 I had to try to make 250 off of.
And then once you're there, you're like, oh, I lost $30. Let me make another $30 bet to win my money back.
Well, that's what I've refrained from, because that's the hole you get in, and you get a high. You get a high from winning.
Yeah, like you can win. Like me, I'm like maybe 1 out of 10 to 20 bets I hit, but that one will keep me going and chasing the next one.
Well, so to your point, right? You put 20 bets in for $5, right? That's $100, but you hit one bet that's $5 to win $100, and you feel like, oh fuck yeah!
You feel like you're up.
I bet $5 to win 100, but you don't think about the 20 bets you put in for $5 that didn't hit. It's a slippery slope when it comes to that, in my opinion. And in the grand scheme of things, it's just not worth it, because you can't. It's not a winning. The reason casinos make so much money is because people fucking lose. Casinos are in business because you're not going there to fucking rake it in.
No, they're
You
not
know what I
going to
mean?
start a business to lose money.
No, you think FanDuel's as big as it is because they get fucked? No. They're fucking a bunch of people.
You.
Yeah, they're fucking you. They're fucking your friends. Just to tail off of that conversation, whether it be gambling, whether it be getting back in the gym, whether it be furthering your spirituality, anything you're trying to do as a New Year's resolution to better yourself is always going to come at some sort of price. It's going to be something you have to give up to get better, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you. If I'm the person in that moment and I think I have to give up something, if you're in this moment, like me personally right now, you have to give up something. Me being giving up, stop being a lazy piece of shit and just watching YouTube and movies. It's, how do I put this? Going back to, you gotta see the light. Even though you're giving up something that feels comfortable, doesn't mean that if you're giving up something, it's not going to be better after.
No, it doesn't have to be permanently given up. Sometimes you have to give up something to get to where you want to be, and then you can pick it back up. For lack of a better example, sports betting. You give it up in a time where you're trying to grow your wealth, and once you reach a point where you're stable and you have enough to say, hey, look, I'm gonna fucking gamble this weekend, then your $30 of $5 to win $250 parlays turns into, hey, I have $200 extra that I don't need. Not necessarily don't need, but am comfortable with gambling with. The same as it would be to go out to dinner and spend $100 and $200 on dinner.
Yeah.
I use gambling as an example just because we just talked about it, but so you go to dinner and you get, I mean, anytime me and Emily go to dinner somewhere nice, if we get 2 appetizers,
drink each.
we'll get maybe a drink or 2 each, and we'll get a meal each. You're looking at $125, $150 for a night out, which is great, and you need that sometimes. But you also got to be in a spot where you can do that. And to get to that spot, you have to give up things along the way. So the moral story is, to get where you want to be, you got to give up shit. You got to sacrifice shit.
Yeah.
Shout out Nick Saban, just retired. One of his quotes is, I say quotes. I might not be word for word, but decisions to get better are tough decisions. They're not easy decisions. You make tough decisions to get better, and regardless of what you're trying to get better at, it takes what it takes to get better. And what that takes is commitment. It takes determination. It takes giving up the easy way of doing things for maybe a little more difficult way. That'll help you grow. Which is kind of like what you just mentioned as far as comfort goes. You got to get out your comfort zone to grow. You're not going to grow in your comfort zone.
No.
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. We'll get to that Grand Creations trivia, but I want to ask you just random trivia questions.
Okay.
We did this before. Shout out Hot 10, where Carly's friends confronted my mom about my depression.
Hey, look, turned out to be okay, huh?
Yeah. So this question, I'd say, is about active coaches. But this list, let's just say 2016 is when this list came out. Who are the two active coaches in 2016?
Okay.
Who have won at least 3 games against Nick Saban? I'll give you a hint. They're both SEC coaches.
Yeah.
At 2016.
In 2016. So I know that in 2016 it wouldn't have been one of his proteges. Nobody had coached under him because it took him a while to beat him.
Right. Yeah. I don't think these are approaches.
So I'm gonna go Les Miles.
That's one.
And I'm gonna go 2016. Fuck.
Did we give another hint?
No, let me think for a second. Oh, my mind went to Philip Fulmer.
I will say, when I saw this coach's name, he's very recognizable, but he doesn't coach anymore.
So that makes me think like Steve Spurrier. Muschamp?
No.
No, Muschamp. Yeah.
I will say his last name starts with an M.
Yeah. Not Les Miles. So both start with an M.
Yep.
In the SEC in 2016, let's think. Thinking of what teams could even compete with Bama in 2016.
I will say this could be totally wrong.
This?
What I'm about to say.
Oh.
I want to give you a hint, but it could be totally wrong. LSU and Alabama are in SC West, right?
Yeah.
I don't think this team's in SC West.
Okay.
The other hint, which I know is right.
Oh, Mark Richt.
No.
No? Oh, you said M. Fuck.
The other hint that I know is right. Alabama plays his team every year.
So it's got to be Tennessee. Not Tennessee. Ole Miss.
Think closer to Alabama.
Auburn. Gene Chizik.
Mm-hmm. Well, last name starts with M.
Fuck.
His first name starts with G.
GM?
Mm-hmm.
At Auburn?
I think this... I could be fucking you. I'm pretty sure he coached at Auburn.
Dude,
I'm sorry. I'm bad at trivia.
Tell me.
Gus Malzahn.
Gus Malzahn.
Coach at Auburn, right?
Yeah, he did. All right, so Les Miles and Gus Malzahn. That's a good question.
Yeah. Now, we're podcasting. Do you want to go to categories? Elections, food, geography. Major League Baseball.
Let's go geography.
Let's see. I gotta ask you a question. I've used this list before, so
Excuse me.
I'll use this first. I'm pretty sure I've asked you this question before, but what is the most populous city on the Mississippi River?
Memphis. You did ask that.
Pretty sure I've asked you this one before too. What two capital cities are the closest to each other in the U.S.?
Ooh.
Capital cities that are closest to each other.
Okay, so I think we determined last time we talked about it, it was in the Northeast. Fuck, bro. I don't know. Is New York one of them? No. Boston and Hartford.
Another small state.
Hartford.
The smallest state.
Delaware.
Smallest.
Rhode Island. It's the capital of Rhode Island.
I think. Yeah, I think that's Rhode Island.
Everybody forgets about Rhode Island, bro.
I'll give you a hint. Porn.
Brazzers. Rhode Island.
No.
It's a terrible hint.
It's not.
Portland? Porn, Rhode Island. Pawtucket. I don't know, bro.
Providence.
How's porn?
Starts with P.
That's a terrible,
I'm
terrible
bad at
hint, dude.
I'm bad at hits.
Speaking of Obama.
No, fuck you. No.
I do have to say something about Obama.
I know. I was gonna go somewhere with that, but now
Go
I
ahead,
don't know
no.
where the fuck I was going with that.
Oh, sorry. Obama did it. You know why?
He's the Antichrist.
Because he's the Antichrist. Obama's the Antichrist. For those who don't know. Dude, this is...
You wrote notes?
Yeah.
What was it fucking say gumbo?
No, yeah. There's next to it. So, Obama. We're just going to go through this quick.
Yeah.
I have to get through this because I have to say it.
Quick.
I can't do it and not
Preface
say
this by
it.
saying you don't like getting political.
I don't like Obama. I don't give a fuck. You know what? I've come to realize I don't give a fuck about politics either way. I really don't. I give a fuck about the truth
The American citizen.
and we the people. We the fucking people. Do you know the Constitution?
SEC?
It means more. It just means more. We the people mean more. So, with that being said, Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. We'll start at the middle name. Hussein.
I'm not saying.
Who
Who is saying?
Hussein. Guess whose last name was Hussein? Saddam.
Oh, I'm going to say Osama.
Saddam Hussein. Osama Hussein?
Pause, tangent. Shout out. Not, how do I put this? Not shout out.
Shout out.
Osama. Clip. We haven't had a lot of
We'll
clips.
shout out SEAL Team 6.
Not a lot of clips in this episode. I'm going to put this clip in. Episode 8, Santa's Boys.
Yeah?
We talked about Now Watch This Drive.
Yeah.
That clip, I originally had problems.
Put the original clip.
I'm putting that in the new clip.
No, that's what I'm saying. The one you cut.
I originally had problems getting the original clip, where it's just him, Now Watch This Drive, hits the golf ball.
I don't even want you to explain. I want you to just put it.
I'm just going to put it.
Just put it, dude. If you warn them, it's not as funny.
Shout out Osama Zin. Anyways, what I was trying to say.
Osama Bin Laden.
My fantasy football team. Shout out.
Personal sponsor.
Personal sponsor. Not like Green Creations, an actual sponsor.
No, actual sponsor.
Fantasy football team name was Osama
Bin Laden.
Zin Laden.
And his team logo was a Zin can.
Yeah.
A brown Zin can.
You caught that? I thought that was... So my original joke was Osama Zin Laden, but the super cool people would get that
It was brown.
brown.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee. Coffee. Turkish coffee.
Yeah. Obama. Yeah.
Oh, Obama. So, it's been recently brought to my attention that Obama may be the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the reasoning behind that is that in Luke 10:18,
Shout out.
in the Holy Bible,
Mhm.
whether you believe the Bible's holy or not, it's called the Holy Bible. It's literally on the title. It is.
Checks out. Yeah.
The title of the book is the Holy Bible. Jesus says, I saw Satan fall like lightning from the heavens. Okay? The Hebrew word, which is Jesus' origins.
Shout out.
Shout out Jesus.
Shout out Judaism.
Hebrew.
Hebrew. Judaism, right?
No, not the same. Hebrews, not necessarily Jews.
I apologize.
I don't think. I could be wrong. We're not going to talk about that anymore because we don't know.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Just read you the Bible verse.
So we got the Holy Bible, titled the Holy Bible.
Yep, checks out.
Luke 10:18 states, I saw Satan fall like lightning from the heavens.
Okay.
Okay? Satan falls like lightning from the heavens. Now we're talking about the Antichrist.
Satan. Yep.
Okay? The Hebrew, which is the original, so we'll do this. The original language of the Bible was Hebrew. It was translated from Hebrew.
Yep, checks out.
So Satan fall like lightning, which in Hebrew, lightning is barak.
Okay.
Okay? From the heavens. So I dug into this a little more. Bama, B-A-M-A-H, Bama.
Aloe.
Bama.
It means more.
Shout out Nick Saban. Also, the Antichrist of LSU. Bama, B-A-M-A-H, literally translates to translates to high place. So not necessarily heavens,
High place.
but it translates to high place.
Like 9/11.
So Barak is lightning, Bama is high place. In Hebrew, two words that are being looped together are generally, can you know how Spanish E, Y?
Once.
So if I wanted to say once in a different way, I'd say diez y uno. That's 10 and 1. So and would be the Y, the E. In Hebrew, they're typically combined with U or O. So or O.
Oh.
So we have lightning
Bomb.
and high place would be literally from the Hebrew language, Barack Obama. So basically, Luke 10:18 says, I saw Satan fall like Barack Obama.
Sounds like a Drake song.
It's King of Pop.
21.
21.
Can you do something for me?
I'm just saying. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And fuck Barack Obama. I think he's the Antichrist.
So what you're trying to say is,
I'm sold that Barack Obama is the Antichrist.
if you are of legal age and you're voting in 2024,
do not. Well, you can't vote for Barack Obama because he's not running.
but in previous episode, I think it might have been 8. No, it was Ray episode.
Obama's running the show.
Obama is controlling Biden.
Yes, but I think that before the election, you heard it here first. Maybe not first, but you heard it here.
We're like the fucking Adam Schefter of politics.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
You heard it first.
Biden's going to drop out. Because he's too old. He's obviously, literally no one would vote for. If you would vote for Joe Biden, you would vote for Joe Biden again?
Don't forget where you're going with that.
I'm not.
Okay. Speaking of past relationships,
Yeah? You dated Joe Biden?
past relationships, I may or may not have fibbed and say I voted for Joe Biden just to get some.
Hey, well, that's fair.
Yeah. Anyways,
Joe Biden is incompetent. Everybody knows that.
he can't ride a bike.
He read the teleprompter.
Mm-hmm.
End of quote. Repeat quote. When he was giving a speech.
And if you can't ride a bike, you shouldn't be president.
You could never be president. Shout out, Greg.
Okay, bud.
Anyways, literally, I know, everybody listening knows Biden is a fuck stick. He's worth nothing, and he's incompetent. He's dementia. He's got dementia. He's just not competent. Nobody in their right mind would literally vote for him. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna drop out of the race due to health issues. Guess who's running for the Democrats? Big Mike.
Oh, I was saying Kamala.
No, fuck no. Nobody's voting for her either. Big fucking Mike,
Big Mike.
a.k.a. Barack Hussein Obama Antichrist husband. Big Mike, Michelle with a dick
Yeah.
and balls, is going to run for the Democrats. I don't think she wins. She has a dick. She's a he. But I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I don't know. He's the Antichrist. Fuck Obama. We're not getting political, though.
No. Next trivia question? Or
Yeah.
No. Movies?
I'll take movies. I'm not a big movie guy like you are, but I'll
Did-
take it.
Have you watched Marvel stuff?
Some.
I'll just give you this one and we can skip it after. What were the first 3 movies released in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Ooh, Iron Man.
That was the first one.
First one. Captain America.
Before Captain America. It's kind of tricky. If you ask me this, I don't think I would get
I don't
it,
know.
so it's
You know who would know?
Quinn.
IT Quinn.
Shout out to Quinn. What's today's date? The 12th?
Today's the 11th. The 25th.
12th.
12. Well, now it's
This
12.
episode will... Cooper episode here. There. This episode won't be out by the time...
It'll be out the Thursday before, right? No. Our last one.
Cooper's going to come out next Monday.
Okay.
And the last one.
Either way, on the January 25th, there's a trivia night, which will have already passed when you hear this.
If you follow us on social media, you'll see the post.
Yeah. Check our past posts on Twitter. Quinn, IT Quinn, there's a trivia night at Grand Creations. It is superhero themed night. IT Quinn, biggest superhero fan you know. He has comic collections.
Shout out Morgan Wallen.
Shout out Morgan Wallen. For what reason, I'm not sure, but shout him out.
Because he doesn't like Morgan Wallen.
Oh,
That was it.
that's a good point.
Next question.
But shout out Morgan Wallen.
Music.
Okay.
If you don't get this one, fuck what I said about us being friends.
That's big.
That's a major hint.
Okay.
What band uses...
Creed. We still friends?
Yeah. For listeners, the question was, what band uses these lyrics? So let's go there. Let's make our escape.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go there.
Come on, Eileen.
Can you take me higher?
Get your towels ready.
Shout out.
Shout out Joey.
Shout out our commenter.
Oh, that's Kyle? Oh, I thought it was Joey.
Joey.
I gotta meet these cats so I can put faces to names because
I know.
they're your friends. I feel like, you're my friend. I like to meet your friends. You know my
I'll
friends.
put them in categories. Joey Joseph Holt coaches at some.
Joey Joseph?
He's the one that talks like a sloth.
Is his first name Joey and his middle name Joseph?
No, his first name is Joseph, but we just call him Joey.
Oh, okay. I'm about to
Oh,
say, Joey Joseph is bold.
Probably his middle name is fucking...
It's probably Michael.
bleep. He's a fucking. I'm gonna leave that in. Strickland says it.
We're not Strickland.
Okay. Categories. Joey was best friend in high school. I roomed with him freshman year at LSU.
Yeah.
He's the one that talks like this.
Yeah.
And might be a little slow. Joey.
Shout out, Joey.
Shout out, Joey. Kyle is an ultra commenter. One of the
Yeah.
comments.
Shout out, Kyle.
He's one of the
Biggest fan. Kyle
questions.
said some bad things about me on the Ray episode, and I didn't appreciate.
Like what?
He accused me of being under the
I'll
influence
put
of
the
things.
comments up here.
He accused me of being under the influence of things that I was,
She was not.
not under the influence of. I didn't appreciate that, Kyle.
Just be
I was drunk and tired. Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
Mainly tired.
Yeah.
At that point, was drunk. Don't get me wrong.
You're
But
not wrong.
was in the dream realm.
Yeah.
So check yourself before you wreck yourself, Kyle. I'm gonna forget this. I'm gonna forget that comment because I want to meet you with a fresh mind. But don't fucking come after me.
So I will say, backing up a little bit, if we do have guests on our podcast,
Yeah.
I would love to have my like top 3 old friends.
Yeah,
before
oh,
I
yeah.
meet you, which would be Joey, Kyle, and the other Reese. But then we would have to have 5.
Oh, you mean all at the
Inputs.
same time?
Yeah, which wouldn't be able to.
We can do one at a time.
Anyways, Joey, best friend, roommate in college, talk slow. Kyle, ultra commenter, sends in the fucked up questions. And then the other Reese, who I would say I'm the most alike. He did accounting, both kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be like me having JD, Brandon, and Skylar on the
Yeah.
show.
All right, next question. What do you want? Categories: NBA, NFL, restaurants, snacks.
Let's go snacks.
Snacks.
Feeling fat.
Shout out my friend Snacks. His name is Kyle as well.
Different Kyle.
Different Kyle.
We're getting weird.
Call him Snacks.
Shout out Scroll.
Shout. I appreciate that. Shout out Scroll. I know he's a listener. Childhood best friend. I don't know if I told you this on a podcast before about how like he wanted me to make it to NBA.
Yeah.
So probably I think it was before I got to high school. It's like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. If I had like a bad game, whether it be playground ball or with my school, St. Edward's, shout out St. Edward's. The next day, my dad would make me say if I like missed like
I think you told me this.
missed like 2 free throws,
Yeah.
he would make me shoot 100 free throws and make like 90%.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, I had to pick up all the leaves and sticks in the yard. And Squirrel was my next door neighbor at the time. Be out there with me just rebounding, just
dishing.
just being the fucking dude. And there were so many times you're out there like listening to music and be like, dude, if one day you make it to NBA, that'd be so fucking sick. I'd be so happy for you. And like, we'd just be the fucking bros.
Turns out you capped out at 6 foot.
Turns out I'm fucking capped out at 5'10". I feel like all these.
Are you really 5'10"? I feel like you're taller than 5'10".
Shoot, on a good day, I can be 5'11".
Damn.
I think my license says 6 foot.
Yeah, fucking right.
Shout out bettering yourself. When I got my license,
I'm growing.
at the time. My license right now,
Whip it out.
I don't have my license on me.
Oh, we need proof.
Oh, my
You need to
picture.
get LA Wilder, bro.
I mean, I have it on my phone.
Fuck.
It's recording on right now. You see my picture, you can see like my jawlines and neck, but on my license is that picture.
Don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like.
Shout out a year from now.
Shout out
You'll see
jawlines.
it. On that picture, it's me looking like that. It says 6 foot. Fuck, not 6 foot.
Hey.
And it says 185.
Hey, well, mine says 6'1", 240.
I am 80 pounds fucking off from me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
You don't have to go into it. Snacks.
Speaking of being too fucking 98.
Yeah. I feel like I've asked you most of the good ones. Let's do this one. Andy Caps is a brand of a savory snack made to look like what food?
French fries.
Who makes the popular granola snack called the Chewy Bar?
Ooh, that is... Fuck. It's the cookie company.
I reread it. Who makes the popular granola snack called the Chewy Bar?
Chewy.
Bar. Peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah. I know. I can literally picture the bar in my mind.
Give you a hint.
Is it Ben and Jerry?
I'll give you a hint. It's not a chocolate candy company or ice cream. When I think of hint number 2, when I think of this company, I think of healthy breakfast.
Healthy breakfast. Special K?
You're on the right track.
It's a cereal.
No.
No.
It's cereal's cousin.
Ooh, Quaker. Yeah.
Quaker Oats.
Cereal's cousin. I like that.
Do you want to do? There's only 2 questions about this. You want to do spelling bee?
I'm an oat milk killer.
Oat milk killer.
Oat milk.
Do spelling bee? There's only 2 questions about this.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
So the question says spell this, and I'm supposed to say the word. I don't know if I can even pronounce it.
You don't know the word? Then I'm not going to spell it. If you can't pronounce it, I can't spell
I
it.
can try it. Spell this. Bouillabaisse.
Pass.
Spell this.
Let me try bouillabaisse. Can I try bouillabaisse?
Bouillabaisse.
B-O-U-L. No, okay, pass.
B-O-U.
Bouillabaisse?
Mhm.
There's not an L after the U?
There's a letter before the L. Or bouillabaisse.
Oh. B-O-U-Y-L.
I.
Bouillabaisse.
Bouillabaisse.
B-O-U... Oh, like bouillon. Okay. B-O-U-I-L.
Mm-hmm.
Is there 2 L's? Okay. La. Is it A?
Mm-hmm.
B-A-I-S-E.
Yeah. We got there. This next one, no idea how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Spell this. Croquembouche.
Croquembouche. C-R-O-Q-U-E.
Croquembouche.
Q-U-E-M.
Yep.
B-O-U-C-H-E. Let's fucking go. Croquembouche. Put that up there.
I'm putting it. Sports champions.
Okay. Sports legends.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Episode 9.
Shout out, Coop.
Whoever. I can't wait to finish that so I can show you that. Cause
I haven't seen it, yeah.
It's so fucking funny. This question is about 1989.
Taylor Swift. Shout out Taylor Swift.
Who did Pope Leo III crown Holy Roman Emperor in the year 800?
Caesar.
Starts with the same letter.
Constantinople.
I don't think he is, but think French.
He's Roman.
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne. Ooh. Breakfast Club.
Dude, I watched that the other night.
The Breakfast Club?
Breakfast Club. As far as like, I'm a big like 1980s movie guy. That might be one of my favorite 1980s.
Not the Breakfast Club I was talking about, but
yeah, what were you talking about, Charlemagne?
there's a radio show. It's a Breakfast Club.
Was Charlemagne.
Yeah. Charlemagne the God.
But going back to Breakfast Club, the movie.
Yeah. Good movie.
Great movie.
Really big fan of that because of Pitch Perfect.
Also, the other 1980s movie. Jamie, pull that up. Let me see when this movie came out.
Give me a hint, see if I can guess it.
So it's Breakfast Club. Let me make sure this movie came out in the 80s. Breakfast Club would be my second 1980s movie. Top Gun would be my third 1980s movie. What would be my number one 1980s movie?
I don't know what movies came out in the 80s.
I'll give you a hint. It's a kind of a sports franchise.
Kind of a sports franchise.
It's technically a sport. But there were like 8 of these movies.
Major League?
I don't think there were 8 major leagues. It's an American.
Technically a sport.
An American versus a Russian.
Oh, Rocky.
Rocky 4.
The Russian.
As far as like,
That's where Eye of the Tiger came from.
I know we already did like top movies. Let's go. I mean, we're only fucking an hour and 50 in this podcast. Where are like your top, how do I put this? I was going to go top 3 like underrated movies, but let's go top 3 like, how do I put this? If you're not having a bad day, but like your top 3 comfort movies.
Okay. That's so tough.
Oh, let me go first.
Yeah, I'm just not the biggest movie guy, but yeah.
Okay. I was, no particular order.
Yeah, top 3, no particular order.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah, the good one. We just watched that the other day. It's a good one.
Rocky 4.
Okay.
Just because it's just like when he's fighting Ivan Drago and the Russians start chanting Rocky, I've never felt more pro-Trump in my life. Just American as fuck.
Hey, if that's the case, everybody needs to watch Rocky 4.
Dude, fuck. Before, even if you're, 18 to vote?
Yeah.
Even if you're fucking 18, 19, whatever. Before you vote, watch Rocky 4.
Yeah. And tell me what you vote for.
Dude, that, going back to episode, whatever, we've done so many episodes. We've done like 11 episodes where we did like our Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
In 2022, the Rocky 4 training montage when he's in Russia training with like fucking sticks and fucking logs. That song was my number 2 on fucking Spotify. It just fucking gets you going. And then comfort movies. I don't. What is my other comfort movie? Easy answer would be Breakfast Club, but
It's tough. This is a tough category.
yeah. I guess let's just name like 3 movies you like.
3 movies I like.
Yeah.
I'll go Remember the Titans. Solid.
That's
Superstar.
shout out. We're already 2 hours in, but we still gotta do this.
Shut up,
Fucking creation.
Shut up, Green.
Let's just do it right now.
Yeah.
This
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving Green Creations. Shout out. I told Carly's way over here. Also, going back to getting my life back together and doing stuff. Going back to life getting back together. As far as working from home, I find that you can maybe say no, you're not, especially when I'm off my Ritalin. But all the other times, I feel like I'm a people person. Like, I like interacting with people.
Yeah. You enjoy people.
And so, past year and a half, I'm not going to start crying again. Past year and a half, like, working from home, it's really been tough for me because not only is it tough for me to, like, stop myself from going into, like, this cycle of watching YouTube and doing nothing and watching movies instead of doing the work, but it's also working from home. It's just hard for me to work from home. I don't know how to put
It's
this.
tough.
It's just like,
I will say, I don't mean to cut you off, but Emily works from home, and it's tough for her which I'm sure is tough for a lot of people who work from home. It's tough to separate work from home. You
Also-
work from home. So, like, say we have a couple of dishes in the sink, right? She's working from the fucking from the kitchen, basically. The whole day she's working. She's looking at dishes in the sink. And she's beating herself up because there's dishes in the sink. But she's working. Whereas if she was at the office, she would just be working.
And
She wouldn't be working and looking at dishes thinking, I need to do those dishes.
right. And going off of that, for me, Emily, I appreciate you, Emily.
It's two nice things in one
I
episode.
know what the fuck is wrong. I must have seen a light because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not trying to put it in a shitty way, but like she at least gets to talk to people, whether it's other people she's working with or like she's answering.
It's
the phone.
both, and it's people who are pissed because their shit's broken.
Right? But at least you're like
She's interacting,
engaging with other people.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just working on like an Excel
Yeah,
spreadsheet, and like
your nose in the sheet.
I'm nose deep, so it's more of like, even if I don't interact with people, like some days if I get up and I start working and like I go to Hot Works or whatever, it's just the fact of like me getting out the house
Yeah.
and like going back to getting deep, but like sometimes I feel like I'm not a part of the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because some days like I just wake up, I'm in the house in my office, just in front of the computer nonstop, and then Carl gets home and do whatever, like hang out and go to sleep. It's like I'm not
Do whatever.
yeah, I'm not doing what. Shout out 45 minutes. Shout out coming twice. It's like not that I'm not ludicrous contributing to coming across, no, contributing to society. It's just like, it sounds weird to say, but like it's almost, if I'm putting myself in that situation, in that funk cycle, it's like the real world's not a real place. If that makes sense, like I'm just in my cocoon.
Yeah. You're not involved in the day to day of other people's lives. So on that note, I'll ask you this, and this is just strictly a question that I've just thought about asking. Mm-hmm. Has it ever crossed your mind to get like a part-time other job? Not to say you even have the time. I don't even know if you have the time to do that.
No.
But to just have something to go do, even if it's 10, 12 hours a week.
Right.
Something that's in the real world, reacting with other people.
No, 100%. Yes. And I'm not just doing this because of the podcast. I'm not trying to segue or make this about the podcast.
Yeah.
But I am going to start working at
Grand Creations.
their Grand Creations.
Nice.
Because like you said, like I just need to get out.
Yeah. Just to be... And being out at a job and making money is one thing. Just to be out.
That's the thing.
But to be... And especially to be at Grand Creations... That's... You're obviously there making money. That's one thing. But to be there and just interacting with the various people who come...
Yeah, and it's like
to Grand Creations
people
is another thing.
It's like people that are coming to you to enjoy themselves.
Exactly.
It's
They're not
like,
coming there to have a shit time.
It's not like you're working at a bank and they're coming to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah.
They're coming to drink great beer, have good service, and have a good time.
And you can be the good service.
Yeah. And we've already done this. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna edit this, but ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving Grand Creations.
Went to Grand Creations tonight. And I've already said this, but previously in an episode, we crowned ourselves trivia champions.
Yeah, we said come get fucked. We haven't won since.
Also, I appreciate and love all y'all that are watching.
Yeah, still, if you're still watching.
Also, pause. Be in that moment of how much I love you and appreciate you. You got it?
I like you.
Right.
I like the new you.
But fuck you, because I know if you're watching this, you saw my Instagram post about how we're signing autographs at fucking Grand Creations.
And nobody.
And how many people showed up? Zero.
We had to sign
like the size of my fucking dick. 0 inches.
we had to sign Carly's tits just to get a fucking signature on
We
there.
didn't even do that, dude. I got so excited. Shout out TRT. But went to Great Creations. We'll get back to trivia, but
Yeah.
shout out Beatbox for making me do that burp. What doesn't make me do that burp is Great Creations. What I was trying to say is,
No.
so we got to fully immerse ourselves.
We had to.
We had to. And I'm happy that it happened.
Me too.
All the delicious in situ Technicolor bliss.
All cut up.
Funeral
pie.
Juicy Anna.
There's an unlimited. I say unlimited. It's limited. But
Literally, no, not limited.
it is. There's literally a finite amount of beer. It's a good choice.
Finite amount of beer, but I don't think I mentioned this before. As far as non-alcoholic options,
Oh,
I mentioned the root beer.
yeah.
I didn't know this until tonight. They have ginger beer.
Yes. Tonight.
Is that non-alcoholic?
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's just ginger beer. Shout out Scott. Shout out Grand Creations. We will get with Scott about the February sweepstakes. Sweepstakes.
We'll get with Scott and also Amanda,
And Amanda.
who's going to be in our, is it February, March, April, May, June, July, August, whatever our next sweepstake is after the gift card.
Yeah.
We're going to have shirts
Shirts made.
and give away it. Mama's
Give
Boys.
away Mama's Boys merch.
She DM'd me on Instagram and said, "When are we getting merch from Connor?"
From Connor?
Yeah.
Connor wants to get merch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So shout out you, Connor. I love you,
I can't believe they let him listen to this.
Connor, dude.
I mean, he
If
probably
you had
could.
to choose in between going on Twitter to do whatever, read stuff, sports, or whether you go on Reddit,
Yeah. Or Spotify.
I appreciate you listening to us instead. You're making the right choice.
Yes. You're making the right choice, Connor. We'll tell you. I'll tell you this. Don't gamble. And get your ass in the fucking gym.
Fuck, you're starting to be D-end, huh?
Yeah.
Get your.
Get your fucking
You
money.
want to come and gym with us?
Get your. Oh, you don't want that smoke. Connor. My shit is weak, bro. It's big. My shit's big, but it's like not.
My tattoos make it look better. So
Yeah,
it's
you're
just shading.
trying
It's just shading.
I don't know if I could do that.
Anyway, shout out Connor. I appreciate you listening. We will have merch soon.
Yeah.
And I will say this now, Connor. We're gonna sell our shirts for people to buy them.
Oh yeah, but not you.
Even if you don't win the giveaway, Connor,
He doesn't have
I'll
money.
give you a shirt.
He doesn't have money.
He's in high school.
Yeah.
Like, so let's get us back. Great Creations. See, this is what happens. We asked Scott. Shout out Scott.
Yeah.
How do you? We specifically ask him. Is there something you want in your ads?
Yeah.
Or you don't want in your ads? He's like, no, dude, just go off the rip. And this is what happened.
Well, he specifically asked me to say today that
In the Ascension Parish.
in the Ascension Parish, Grand Creations is the only brewery worth a fuck. He asked me
Put
to
on
say.
your
He
shirt.
asked me to say. That
We're gonna do
today.
They do blank collabs with other breweries.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a merch collab, Grand Creation and Mama's Boys.
Yeah.
But GCBC on the front,
Yeah.
on the back, and quotes, only brewery in Ascension Parish is worth a fuck.
I like it. We could just cut it down to like worth a fuck.
Worth a fuck. That's all you need. Anyways, Grand Creations. By the time this episode comes out, I think the sushi thing would have already passed. But they do a bunch of.
This is not going to be out for the 25th.
Probably.
We might be in February.
It'll be February. But just going.
So with that being said, comment, subscribe for the gift card sweepstakes. You'll be out of the running for Livy Dunn sweepstakes. It has to be. We had a deadline. I mean,
Because
I can't do that. Dude, we already offered it.
I know I'm not gonna say I know for a fact. I'm putting this challenge to the viewers.
Okay.
I know Kyle Ventola, shout out our mega commenter. I feel like he might be the only person that comments.
And
So
subscribe.
he
He's already
subscribes, and he'll win it.
So fuck you. Trey's taking your shit.
So, if you're watching this, and
Are we gonna exempt Kyle from every sweepstakes?
no, I'm gonna have to give him something. I don't know where in the podcast this is gonna be, because we are already
Deep.
This is literally
The longest.
I haven't even seen these numbers.
The longest yet.
We are 2 hours and 5 minutes into this. I don't know where this is gonna be.
Yeah, I don't think we have many cuts. We probably have
just for me.
15 minutes.
I've had to pee.
Bumpy. Yeah.
And that was it. Maybe some of the rabbi.
No.
Fuck it, it's all in. Shout out Carly.
It's all in.
I'm putting a challenge to
How
you.
far, dude?
Back to what I was saying. Putting a challenge onto you viewers, because Kyle is our mega commenter. He comments on every episode.
Shout out. We need more support.
I need you to start commenting. Like we said, the Livy Dunn poster might already been happening. The giveaway already happened. But for our future giveaways, I think we have something to give away at least once a month.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got for the next 3 months we do. Or yeah.
Whatever this month this comes out for the sweepstakes.
This is February. It's gonna
February.
be This
First
is gonna
week
be
of February.
February is Grand Creations gift card. $25 Grand Creations gift card. You can get at least 3 beers with that.
Oh, at least. And if you tell Scott you've come from Mama's Boys, you
Yeah.
probably get 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I was saying, don't let Kyle win. I want you to subscribe and comment so you can win instead.
You know what Kyle does that I want other folks to do?
Timestamp
He timestamps the comment. He comments. I respect that.
It is. It's so.
That shows me that you're legit listening.
It's not like you're listening to the first 5 minutes. Just
No.
comment something. It's like 45 minutes.
So
in,
Kyle
timestamp.
will comment like minute 38 at the 48th second. This is what I think about that. I like that about Kyle. Kyle, shout out you.
He's like, I like that Jamie shout out, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. We need other people to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, what are we looking like on average views per episode? 100, 150?
As far as YouTube separate or YouTube and Spotify?
Well, can we see Spotify views?
Mhm.
Okay. You think those are separate entities in their own? Or do you think people... I don't think people listen to it twice.
No.
I don't think people watch it on YouTube and listen to it on Spotify.
I feel like if the people that are listening on Spotify just listen to the audio.
Yeah, I agree.
But so like for Santa's Boys that came out at the time of recording a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Probably last week. At this
Me
current
2 weeks ago.
At this current moment, I will double check. But it's around 50. You can't hear this, but I hear fucking
Autism.
Jesus. I am so flabbergasted right now. I just hear Tony Robbins in my fucking ear talking about how you should be happy. Holy shit.
That was a lot.
That was.
I kept my composure, but that was a lot.
Oh. Wow.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
We're talking about how many views we get on certain episodes.
Yeah.
So at the current time is recording, the Spotify for Mama's Boys,
This is Santa's Boys
Santa's Boys, has 59 subscribers.
on Spotify.
On-
Subscribers or
No.
viewers?
What the fuck? Shout out Beatbox. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And Grand Creations. This is maybe still an ad. I don't know
No,
where we are
we're
right
done
now.
with the ad.
No, YouTube views, 59.
On YouTube
YouTube.
and Spotify.
Spotify is 24.
Okay, so 70 in 2 weeks.
So as far as I'm looking at Spotify, we probably average 50 views on Spotify and 20 listens on Spotify. 50 views on YouTube.
Okay, so about 70 plus.
7, yeah.
It's kind of weak, but solid.
When you think about it,
Shout out to the 70.
in between me and you,
Yeah, we're
close friends
fucked.
that
Yeah,
listen,
we're fucked.
it's
But
our close friends that listen. Yeah.
there's also probably people who would listen to us, but then we talk about some shit they disagree with. Shout out me.
Shout out me, bro.
Yeah, you. Well, they probably do agree with you.
As far as our, I don't know if you even care, I'll take the back. Not that you don't care.
You might not though.
Not that there's a reason I bring this up, but as far as our top episodes, on YouTube, are we have two top episodes. One's 126 views. One's 123 views.
What are those two?
126, the top one is a pilot episode on YouTube.
Okay.
126 on YouTube, and 119 on Spotify.
So the pilot got it's the
most.
shit. It's the shit.
It's the shit.
tits.
It's the shit.
Hey, well, we should probably get Carly on the episode.
And then the second is episode 5, Brain Creations.
Okay.
It's only 21 on Spotify, but 123 on YouTube.
I mean, that's decent. That's decent. And like you've said 1,000 times, we do this
For us.
for us. We're here to cut up and
It's not only nice for us, but it's...
nice for us. Nice for what?
See, I can see where the confusion was there. But I was
Where are you going? It's good for us.
I don't think you're wearing this hat. Are you wearing the hat right now?
No. No, I'm not. Mobile Mini.
Fuck Mobile Mini, but shout out
No,
to Chris.
okay. I failed there. I was thinking about Greg.
Yeah.
We've, in the past probably 45 minutes to an hour, talked a lot of bullshit. But we did start off on a serious note in this episode. Sometimes you just got to get some shit off your chest. Sometimes you got to fucking dig deeper, figure some shit out. I will say, the viewers can't see this. Me and Trey can see this. That poster that I have behind the camera,
Okay, in there.
that poster speaks a lot to me. I'll take a picture of it. We can post it. You can insert it. That says a lot to me. Obviously, because I love Albert Einstein, I think he's done a lot for society as far as just being a beautiful mind, a smart mind. But the sign he's holding is the key, in my opinion. And I've come a long way in realizing that. And I talk a lot of shit. I mean, I'll say fuck Obama this episode. I don't hate anyone. I try not to dislike anyone, but that's just human nature to dislike people who irk you. And there's definitely people who irk me. I'm not by any means saying I'm perfect, but you have to be able to, in the grand scheme of things, show love to others. And like I said, I'll talk a lot of shit on this podcast. Not all of it's serious, obviously. It's not 100% serious. It's just we're here talking shit, cutting up. But the only way that I see us as a society growing and moving forward is through showing compassion, showing love, showing forgiveness to one another. And I think that's a slept-on concept, and I think it's lost a lot of times nowadays because media, news, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all these things you find yourself being pitted against each other about certain beliefs, and you have to come to the realization that everybody's path is different. Everybody's path consists of things that your path might not consist of, and you might disagree with people. It's just that simple. But you got to be able to realize that just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you're 100% right, and doesn't mean that they're 100% wrong. It means that you both got to this point in time in different ways, and you got to figure it out. But I don't know if we're about to end the podcast or not. I just want to say that. I want to say that if things are going to get better, not only in the United States but in the world, we're gonna have to come together, work together, and figure out a way to make it better. Because the division that I see, not necessarily in daily life, because I do feel like media drives a wedge between people with different beliefs and different characteristics and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you see some things on the news, and they'll be divisive, right? But I go out into the world, the actual world, into the, you go to the store, you meet different people at wherever you're at, whether it be a bar, restaurant, whatever. It's not the same in real life as they portray it on the news or in the media.
They make it seem not like so much bigger than you are, but like they make it seem so much like more serious. Like it's like the end of the world, like this thing happens. But if you go into the real world, people aren't really worried about that.
They'll take one small issue and they'll blow it out of proportion to try to polarize people, in my opinion. But I don't personally think the world is as polarized as it is portrayed to be. Because at the same time, we're all fucking human. We're all human. We all have our own shit. We all have our own issues. We're all trying to be better. You know what I mean? And the efforts it takes for you to be better are different than the efforts it takes me to be better, and the difference it takes for the next guy to be better. But that's just when I look at that poster, it reminds me, which is why I love it. I don't know. I think I ordered it myself. Actually, I don't think anybody gave it to me. But just we can do better as a whole, in my opinion. And to do better as a whole, we have to do better as individuals, which ties back into what we were talking about in the beginning of the podcast. Mm-hmm. It takes effort. It takes sacrifices. It takes giving up some things that you might not necessarily want to. But if everybody's willing to take the time, take the effort, individually get better, then as a whole, everyone gets better. If everybody's putting in the time to get better themselves. But yeah, got a little deep in this episode. Just wanted to say to you that I appreciate the vulnerability. Some people don't necessarily, and like we've said before, this is me to you on this. Obviously, there's nobody here in person, but they'll listen to it. And for you to be able to talk about tough conversations, shed a tear, shows people that sometimes tough conversations are not as hard to have as you think.
Yeah, I mean, my two-part. My dream for this podcast is obviously I would love for like this just a year from now, like to take off.
Yeah, we'll make some money.
But I know this 11th episode, last 10 episodes have been more of like just like comedy type.
Yeah.
Have a good time. But I do want to have this podcast for not only that, because obviously comedy and making people laugh is a big part of my life and a big part of your life. I would do this just for us. Good for us.
Good for us.
Good for us. But I do want to have this podcast as like not only an escape for people.
No, it's like an outlet for us.
An outlet for us, and my far off dream, if I really think about it, is I want to have this podcast, no homo. I want to have this podcast like to touch people, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes like
I spirit like just to hear something and be able to take something from it.
Yeah, I want people not only like to get laughs and show it to your friends and laugh at the podcast, but like say you're having a bad day and throw Mama's Boys.
Yeah.
I want you to have both make your day better, but also
something to lighten your day, and then something to show you that you're not alone.
Exactly.
In how you feel.
Exactly.
I agree 100%. Yeah. Which is why I'm saying I respect you for being vulnerable, talking about your conversation with your parents, and people need to hear that, because a lot of people who do podcasts or who listen to celebrities doing podcasts and whatnot,
feels like their life is not attainable.
Well, it's just not that it's. I wouldn't say it's fake, but it doesn't show you the real darker side of how people feel sometimes. Yeah, and I feel the same way sometimes. And I've probably touched on it a couple times within these 11 episodes. But to be able to, and I'm glad you got to get it off your chest is one, which is when we say we do it for us. And then that's you talking to me. We're talking about it. You get to talk about it, but also they get to hear it.
Yeah,
which is good.
And again, I'll say it every episode. We've touched on it 100 times in this past 5 minutes, but we do this for us. But we appreciate you listening. Granted, I don't know how long this podcast
is currently. Either way, if it is way longer than usual, dude, fuck it. Yeah.
I will say I didn't even get my micro penis stuff on video, so I can't include it.
That's okay.
One of us may or may not have micro penis, but we are,
or both of us,
currently looking at it. 3 hours and 23 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that long. I think it'll probably be closer to like 2.5.
Yeah, there was a part where they cut out, but it really was just us doing Sporkle quizzes. I
don't think that would have been much entertainment.
No, that was just
for us chilling. But I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I was saying this before the video cut. As a friend, as a true friend, I'll always tell you what I think you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. I'll never, and this is, I guess, kind of a tangent. I'm never going to tell you something that's going to degrade you.
No, yeah.
But if I do say something that is not what you want to hear, it's not because I want to degrade you. And I would expect the same from you.
100%.
From you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I'm fucking up, tell me I'm fucking up. No, I'm not saying you're fucking up.
No, I know what you mean. I backpedal a little bit. I appreciate you being a good enough friend to where you feel like you can not call me out, but like...
No, but I'll tell you what you need to hear.
Exactly.
When you need to hear it.
And I'm glad that you're not a quote-unquote fake friend that just like goes on.
Well, I'm not gonna enable you, one, which goes in hand with like give you a false sense of security, but I'm also not the type of friend that's gonna fucking tear you down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I think might help, and I expect the same. Yeah. You know, I and that's just the type of friendship we have. I don't think that we would, either one of us would take it personal.
No. And even if, sorry, for
no, go ahead.
I will say, even if you're out there watching this, and I know me personally, I've been in this position before. In the past, I've watched people in like podcasts or YouTube shows where they had like that best friend, and I didn't have that at the time.
Yeah.
If you are watching this, getting deep again, if you feel like you don't have that like real friend in your life, I want you to know it. One day you will.
Yeah. Because we didn't think we'd meet each other.
No, ever. It's just happenstance in life. You will find like your, whether no homo, whether it's like your significant person or just a platonic best friend.
Yeah.
You will find that. But in the meantime, before you find that, I want you to know that you, how do I put this?
You got a friend in me?
In the least gay way possible. Shout out Woody. You got a friend in me and
fuck
us.
Woody.
Yeah. I was trying to be so serious.
Sorry.
Back to fucking Santa Maria golf. Fuck Woody in the multiverse. No. I want you to know that like, it's okay. Granted, I'm talking like we have thousands and thousands of listeners.
No, but even to the 100 or 70 to 100 people that are listening.
As long as it reaches one person, I want you to know you can use us as an outlet.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I was trying to say.
If you, yeah, we may not even know you.
Right.
I'm assuming that we know a lot of the people who are the listeners that we have, but if you need somebody to talk to because you think nobody else will listen, we'll fucking listen. Yeah. And we don't have to talk about it on here.
Nope. Yeah, no homo. Like, if for some reason you're listening to this podcast and you don't know either one of us,
yeah,
I run all social medias. If you want to message to Mama's Boys podcast about whatever you're going through,
for real,
through it.
We'll at least give you our best opinion, because by no means do we both have it 100% figured out.
Shout out Obama.
Which goes back to what I was saying about people working together and people growing. Sometimes you gotta let that shit out. Sometimes you don't have somebody to let it out to you. Sometimes you want to let it out to somebody who you're not close to.
Yeah.
Which I find could be beneficial to some people.
Yeah, shout out. Going back, I might do this, but all the podcasts I have ads for BetterHelp.
Yeah.
Which is like a online
yeah
therapy place. I want you to know, I'll probably start doing that. So, like, not that don't be ashamed if you feel like you need to do that, but
no, everybody can use help.
Everyone needs an outlet. Yeah. Whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Even the most successful people likely have a therapist of some sort, because just the way the world's set up, people go through so much trauma, and people's trauma is different. People have different trauma. I'm not going to speak on what kind of trauma, or because trauma is trauma. Obviously, some are more intense than others, but just because somebody has experienced a more intense trauma than you doesn't mean that their trauma is more significant than your trauma, and doesn't mean your trauma is not significant. But with that being said, everybody needs to be able to talk to somebody.
Exactly.
Don't ever feel like you can't talk to anybody. There's always somebody, whether it be BetterHelp, whether it be a therapist, whether you DM us. Yeah. You know, there's people.
You're not alone.
No, definitely not alone. And there's people who you might not even know that still care.
Mm-hmm.
And that will care if you tell them your story.
Yeah. I get, going back to how long we're recording, my phone is about to probably die, so we'll do the outro.
Yeah.
Just to encapsulate all the things you said, we appreciate you listening. We're going to keep doing this as long as we can.
Yep.
And episode after episode, we'll get deep. We'll talk about...
Sometimes we'll be deep, sometimes we'll be drunk and funny, and sometimes we'll...
Twitter.
Yeah, talk about the Antichrist.
And Judaism, Obama and stuff. But again, we appreciate you listening, and we hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah,
and,
if you're still listening, shout the fuck out, dude.
Shout the fuck out.
I shout out Greg because I know he's listening.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. That was all the bullshit we got, and hope you enjoyed, and we'll see y'all for episode 12.
See y'all later, motherfuckers.
What he said. Peace.